Girlfriends, okay, before we get into today's topic, let's talk about this hairstyle and what we doing. This is a 7-day-old wash and go that I have turned into this cute hairstyle. I got the idea from an influencer off of Instagram. I will insert her handle here because I honestly can't remember her name right off bat. So when I came across this hairstyle on her page, I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to try that because it's so cute. She did such a great job and I just love the look of it. So 7-day hair and repurposing this wash and go into this really cute, just kind of, hot little style. Okay, we can still be hot at 50. All right, okay, so there's that. Now let's get into the good stuff. The good stuff. Ooh. Is we gonna be sloppy today? No, we just gonna tell the truth. We gonna do what Jesus loves, and that's tell the truth. So here we go. So, your girl has been getting a little bullied on, the social media streets. I keep saying it's okay, but it's really not, it's not okay to bully people just because they have a difference of opinion. They've had different experiences and they have chosen to move in a different direction other than what others deem, okay. Like, I'm sorry I don't fit into your narrative, but, it's my hair. God blessed me with it. And I get to move according to how I want to and how I feel is the right way for me. Now, does that mean that it's the absolute right way? No, like I could be jacking my mess up, but I mean, who knows? But I still reserve the right to be able to just do what I want to do and have fun with my hair and just enjoy my hair and do what I want with. That's right, my hair. Okay, so there we are with that. Let's continue. Okay, so it all started with I started getting curly cuts last May, okay? And when I started getting curly cuts, I got routine trims every 3 to 4 months. I was very diligent. Matter of fact, I went to 2 different stylists, one I traveled to. And so, I was on the money with my trims. So you assume that when you're on the money with your trims, that your hair health should be right on par, right? Especially when you have really good hair care practices, you have a solid routine, you're washing, you're conditioning your hair, you're styling it, with regularity, just all the things that, are hair care 101 principles. And that's exactly what I've been doing. Okay, so we've got that. So fast forward into January of this year, I go see my second tight curl specialist. She was Cut It Kinky certified, or actually, I don't even know now. That's all confusing based off of a live that I saw. So we won't even touch that. Anyway, she had gone through the Cut It Kinky course. She's amazing. She teaches how to cut. She educates tight curlies, like just top notch. So I go see her. She does a wonderful curly cut on me. I mean, the shape was shaping, like beautiful, 0 complaints. But I happened to, and I don't even remember why, to be completely transparent. Like, I honestly don't remember why. I think I was just dinking around with my hair, but I ended up blowing it out. And when I blew it out with my Rev Air, I couldn't help but notice the ends and how raggedy the end seemed. And I was like, are my ends split, or is this just because I didn't fully silk press my hair out? And I honestly wasn't sure, but I did start asking questions about it because, I had some real concerns. When I asked the questions about it, I was given different answers. I was told that maybe, enough wasn't cut, and that, let me back up really quick. I had also stated that it had started to become increasingly difficult for me to detangle my hair and style my hair. And so, naturally, if someone tells a stylist that, they're going to be like, well, maybe we didn't cut enough and you have some split ends. And the next time you come in, we'll address it and really get in there and everything. So I was like, okay, cool. That's cool. Because that's fair, right? So fast forward, I met Rosie Amelia. She is an influencer. She has a YouTube page or channel. Look, I sound like I'm still on Instagram over here, which I am, but go follow your girl. Shameless plug. And not only am I going to do that shameless plug with the Instagram, but I'm also going to remind you to like, share, and subscribe to your girl's channel. Because you know we new over here. We trying to, have a presence, build a community. And I just want to thank you all for subscribing. So let's keep going. But anyways, Rosie Amelia she has a YouTube channel. She's also on Instagram. Anyways, let me land my plane, Lord Jesus. Rosie gets an annual silk press for her anniversary each year. And so she got one, I believe, in April. And she was really kind of like blown away by the health of her ends, or the lack thereof, when she did her annual silk press. And so she had her stylist cut all of her split ends off when she got that silk press. But she was kind of like, what's going on here? Because Rosie, like myself, it's interesting because although we didn't know each other at the time, we actually started getting curly cuts at the exact same time. And we had been getting curly cuts for the exact period of time. And we blew our hair out around the same time and noticed all of this going on with both of our individual heads of hair at the same time. So it's just cool that it kind of aligned that way, right? Then fast forward, she does a video on YouTube, which I highly suggest you go watch. And she talks about why she got a 0-degree cut. And she talks about why and all of that. So then once I see that, I'm like, okay, I feel like I need to do the same thing. And in her video, she shows how that cut translates back to curly. By no means, just let me put it out there, I'm not suggesting anyone go get their hair cut on blown out hair. I'm not trying to push you in that direction. I'm just simply sharing my journey, my experience, and highlighting that of Rosie's. So funny, this clip literally just like came out of my hair. It's like, nah, boo. No, we don't want to be there, but you're going to be there anyways because we need some structure, some hold me down. Actually, is it cuter without it?
5 minutes later.
I don't know. Too many decisions. Okay, let's get back to it. So now my curiosity is really piqued and I'm really thinking, okay, is my hair really healthy, or do I have a ton of split ends like Rosie had? So I reach out to one of my bestie boos. Shout out to my bestie boo, Kim Allison from Apricot Lounge. Thank you for hooking your girl up. Anywho, so I reach out to her. She's the individual. She has 25 years of being a stylist. And she's the individual who used to cut my hair when I wore it straight. And so I reach out to her. I explain to her my concerns. And she, like literally less than 24 hours, she's like, come, I'll look at your hair. Because she could hear the sound in my voice.
I was like, kind of like, oh my gosh.
So I go see her. I'll include some footage of my visit with her. And she blows my hair out and she assesses it. And look, let's just hear straight from, her. So how would you say my ends look, considering I get my hair routinely cut? Honestly,
I am not a curly hair specialist, but as a hairstylist, hair cutting specialist of 25 years, this doesn't look like, I'm not, and again, I have to be careful when I say this. Mm-hmm. It's not having nothing to do with anyone else. Had you walked into my salon and said, I get my hair cut and trimmed regularly, this is not what I would expect to see. Okay? Overall, in general, this is not healthy. These ends, they're just not.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, I was just like, are you kidding me, when she showed me my ends? And it's no fault of anyone's. Like, I'm not blaming anyone. But I was just like, how can you go get regular trims, have really good hair care practices, and still have this be the case. Like, it just makes no sense to me. So the only logical thing for myself is that perhaps curly cuts aren't addressing the ends fully. Now, I also recognize that there's different level of stylists, and depending on who you go to, the skill set may be there to where, you know, they can address all the ends, and then maybe the skill set might lack a little bit where they can't. I would like to believe and think that the two tight curl specialists that I went to are highly skilled and can address all the ends. So I'm going to say that they did, because that's just where, you know, I don't want any issues. I don't want any problems. So we're just going to say that they could, and they did. So from that, I have taken ownership of my own hair. I know a lot of people will be like, but Shelly, you do a lot to your hair. You use a lot of different combos, yada, yada, yada. Yes, but my hair care routine and principles have remained the same. I cleanse, condition, and style my hair every 7 to 10 days, if not more often. And the products that I use are typically high quality products. Even if they're not, it's like whatever. Like, my technique is still good. Either way, I'm taking the ownership that it's by my doing, my hands, whatever. And until I go through a year of getting cuts on blown out hair, keeping the same hair care routine, implementing the same hair care, you know, principles and products and that sort of thing, and application techniques, styling techniques, just all that stuff, until I get to assess my hair a year from now, the only different thing I'm going to do is implement cuts on blown out hair rather than getting curly cuts. We shall see. Okay, let's get back to the cuts. So my bestie boo assesses my ends. She cuts what needs to be cut, leaves what needs to be left, and then we're off to a fresh start. So what you're seeing now is how my hair has translated back to being curly in that cut. I feel that the shape is shaping. I think she's beautiful. I think that she looks good. I'm not mad at it. Now, granted, you can't fully see it because I have some of it pinned up and everything. So I will insert a picture, a couple of pictures actually, just so you can see what it looks like when it's all down and the shape of it and all of that. Because we over here trying to stay completely transparent and show you all the things. Now back to the bullying. All right. Since I have shared my experience and this being the next part of my journey, there have been some that have not been so nice about it. And, you know, it's kind of been a tough pill to swallow. It's been a hurtful pill to swallow, because I just think that it's sad that, you know, we have all these rules and regulations that have been put in place for how we proceed with our hair. Like, I'm someone that doesn't use any raw oils or butters in my hair right now, right? But if I come across a curl friend that does, I don't villainize them for making those choices. Like, those are their choices, and if their hair is thriving and they love it and they're just living their best life through their hair, who am I to tell them that they're wrong and then take it a step further and like bully them or be mean to them or make nasty snide comments? Like, that's not nice. Like, it's just, come on now. We are not in high school. Like, it's just downright crazy. And I just, for the life of me, I don't get it. But there's that. I can only, you know, move how Shelly moves and handle stuff the way that I deem appropriate. And, you know, some people, if they feel comfortable being mean to others and being nasty, especially to other women of color, shame on them. Shame on them. And that's where that is. And I could be messy and sloppy because I do have some receipts and I could show you some stuff, but I'm just going to show you a message from a fellow curl friend, and I want to just tell her thank you so very much. She reached out to me with the sweetest, most kind message, and I'm just going to show you what that message says, just so that you know that I'm not making this stuff up, and just let you know what action she took because she was just like, this is not okay, because it's not okay. And I can't tell you thank you enough. I just appreciate you, and thank you for putting actions to your words. In an effort to protect our girlfriend, I'm not going to mention her name, but she knows who she is, and your message touched me beyond words, so thank you so much. So, thank you, love. Alrighty, so since then, I was featured in my friend Rosie Amelia's video. I collaborated with her to take part in it and share my experience, my journey, because I think it's important for us to be able to share our experiences and our journey. Like, no one experience is the same as the next person. So I think it's important just to share out, because there might be some similarities, or if what I'm doing could possibly help someone, or if what I've done can help someone not do what I've done because, you know, it wasn't necessarily the best thing to be done, then I'm here for that too. Like, I just want us to help each other out, because like I always say, it takes a village. It's like raising a child. It takes a village with this hair, because this hair, woo. As I move forward in my journey, I will be just getting cuts done on blown out hair for the next year. I had my first cut done on blown out hair May 1st. I already have my appointment set up for August 1st. And I will take you guys on that journey with me. I will show you everything. The proof will be in the pudding, like when my bestie blows my hair out and assesses the ends. If they look just like they did when I was getting a curly cut, then I'm gonna need to step back and reevaluate and say, okay, is there something that I'm doing with my styling technique and my product application? Is there something that I'm doing wrong with my routine, with the wash and goes, or is there something wrong with that whole system? So time will tell. Oh, my goodness, I almost forgot to tell you this other part. Hold up, wait a minute. So the other part is, okay, I have nothing to back this up, but I have this theory that by blowing my hair out, not only will my ends remain healthier than when I was getting curly cuts, but your girl also has the desire to grow her hair back out. I used to have waist-length hair, and I really want to get back to having long, beautiful, luscious curls. Back then I wore it straight. But anyways, I want long, beautiful, luscious curls now. So with that, I have this theory that if I get my hair cut on blown out hair, that not only will the ends be able to be assessed and what needs to be taken will be taken off, but also by doing so, I'll be able to retain more length over time and therefore reach my goals quicker.
The lies! There you go, this bitch. The lies.
So, I'm super excited because I felt like every time I got a curly cut that I would take like several steps back. I mean, the shape would be shaping, it'd be beautiful, but I'm like, how do we do this to where like every time I get a curly cut, I don't feel like I lose a drastic amount of length? And it just seems like there's this lack of balance of shape and length retention. I think a lot of, individuals who get curly cuts will say the same thing to some degree. So, I love shape, but I don't have to have like a meticulous shape. So I know that about me. So I desire more length over sharp shape. Like I don't want crazy shape, but I don't have to have it like sharp angles and stuff. I don't like those. Like if you like it, I love it for you. But I don't like that look. I like a softer, more natural, way that the hair just falls and lays. So I don't need like a meticulous shape, which is good for me because by getting my hair cut in a blown out state, I feel like I am getting that look just kind of like a more, you know, just natural flow of how the curls lay. Now, if I ever get to a point where I want like really sharp angles and like I want that shape to be really, really shaping, like shaping, then I would still get a cut on blown out hair, but then I would have my stylist go in and shape me up based off of how my hair looks back in the curly state. Almost like, you know, hedging a bush, you know, just go in there, see how it looks, and then just do what, you know, I need her to do. But I don't have that desire for that. So I don't think I'm gonna fit into that equation, but that's certainly an option. I've heard other tight curl stylists say, one being Natural Bria. I've heard her, and she has great content. She's so just smart, and I like how she shoots straight from the hip. I have so much respect for that. Anyways, I've heard her say that for her own head of hair, that she uses both techniques. She gets cuts on blown out hair periodically, and she also gets curly cuts, you know, for the shape. The blown out cuts to address and make sure she's taking care of all of her split ends that she may have, and then the curly cuts for shape. And I love that. I think that that's the best of both worlds. What you choose to do with your hair is your business. The approach that you choose to take is also your business. And I'm here for it all. For some reason in this video, my little hairstyle doesn't look as good as it looks in person. She looks a little wonky. So I want to just take a moment and just try and show you what she really looks like so that you can get a good feel for her, because she actually looks so doggone cute. But I don't know, in the video, I'm just kind of like, this side looks fuller, but you know, I do have this pinned down and everything, but
we do not care.
She cute, just know she cute. Okay, let's keep going. So I'd love to hear from all of you. Do you currently get curly cuts? Do you ever get your hair cut, blown out? Like, what's your approach? What do you do? I'm curious to know what's working for you. And, you know, I'm also curious if you are concerned about your ends and if you've had any issues. Also, like I said, we're very nosy over here. I would love to see pictures, if you have pictures, if you've blown your hair out and you're just kind of like surprised by what you see, or if you've had curly cuts and you've blown your hair out and it looks like amazing. Like, I would love to see that too. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. That's what we doing. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, bye, curl friends.